Does things with gold and silver and money and all the wonderful things. So, this silly, stupid arrest of the week with this Ottawa Canadian man. He's a 35-year-old named Leston Lawrence. Smuggled $165,000 worth of gold out of this store. And is now making efforts to pay it back. But in fact, the Royal Canadian Mint may not want the gold back when you find out how he smuggled it out of this Canadian Mint. Do you have any guesses as to where he may have smuggled it out?
I don't know.
If you had to venture a guess.
His rectum.
Well, that's because you have the story in front of you. But for people at home who might be listening, who might say things like, oh, he smuggled it out in his teeth.
Oh, yeah. Or like in a jacket or something.
Or in a jacket, or in one of those belly folds, where it looks like he gained 15 pounds and he smuggled out the gold there. No, in fact, it was out of his rectum.
Yep. That's tough.
35-year-old Lester Lawrence stole 22 gold pucks worth a total of $165,000 from the Mint on Sussex Drive in Ottawa, laundering 18 of them through gold buyers. Now Americans, that's what I was about to tell you. Americans may not know how big this is. Go to a conversion website. It'll tell you. The pucks range from 192 to 264 grams apiece.
Man.
Now, when you consider the grams to pound ratio, I'll let you take a moment to try and figure that out at home. If you had to venture a guess of how many pounds you think that is, what would you say 192 pounds would be?
192 pounds?
Yeah.
100
grams, I mean.
Oh, I was like,
grams.
that's already answered. I think maybe like 3 pounds, or I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot to walk.
So,
with.
and 264 grams would be what to you?
I don't know. I'll say maybe I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go with 2.
2 pounds.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, let's convert this.
Man, 2. That's got to be 2 pounds still.
Well, it's gonna be a lot. I will tell you.
Yeah.
We are joined by the always popular.
Yes, I am.
Always introducing himself in a new, wild, and crazy fashion. Good afternoon, Big Rob, sir.
What's going on? How y'all doing today?
We are discussing today's silly, stupid arrest of the week.
Ooh.
Where a 35-year-old Canadian man has been delayed of the sentencing of smuggling gold out of his rectum.
Oh.
We're converting.
He smuggled it out, as in like he snuck it out of his rectum?
Yes. So 192 grams equals 0.42 pounds of gold. And the largest pucks of gold, half a pound.
Half a pound.
Half a pound.
It's just like other stuff that might sit up there on occasion.
Wait, so are we saying that he can lay a golden egg? Is that what he has, a golden egg?
He laid 18 golden eggs. Well, 22. 22, 18 of which he gave away as golden eggs to gold buyers.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka would have loved him.
His bank account loved him. $165,000 is how much those all totaled.
And where was it from? Where did he get these from?
From the Royal Canadian Mint, for which he was an employee.
That's crazy.
How long was he doing this? Like, was it one a day or
7 years, 2008 to 2015.
Moving.
And what's funny about this is that there's a metal detector, even for employees of the Royal Canadian Mint.
So he must know someone. You know what? You know what that means? That means someone else is laying golden eggs. That's got to be an inside thing right there. You can't get out of there by yourself.
He walked through the metal detectors more than any other employees without a metal implant 28 times between December of 2014 and March of 2015. When a secondary check with handheld detectors failed to alert guards to the gold, Lawrence was able to leave each time with the gold safely secured snugly in his rectum.
So it beeped every time he went through, and they would check him, and they were like, well, we can't find it. It must be his belt buckle. Let him go.
Yeah.
Wow.
He knew that, too.
Right.
His job included purifying gold, jewelry, coins, bars purchased by the mint by melting it, injecting it with chlorine gas, and skimming it off until it was 99.5% pure.
Really?
How ironic is that? He's into purity to clean it off and
Right. That guy is a genius, though.
The red flag was raised in February of 2015 when he cashed 2 checks from Ottawa gold buyers, one for nearly $8,000, the other for just over $7,200. And that's when the checks for the gold nuggets raised the red flag. Wow. He was subsequently caught, dismissed from his job, and is now working to pay off his debt, as Canadians are wont to do, to avoid jail sentencing.
Why didn't they notice? Why didn't they notice? Like the gold was missing.
Because it was melted down. So how do you know what's being melted down? And if you're only taking, as we converted, a half pound at the most, it's really not much until you add it up.
So we've got to wait for Louis melted down. You take a little bit at a time. Like, they don't weigh it until after they've done all of the.
I would imagine.
He's the one that he's the one that puts all the measurements in.
Right.
All
So
the
if there
weight
isn't,
stuff.
if there wasn't a checks and balance system then, there is now.
Oh, for
a
sure. For sure. They probably put mayonnaise on it. This is amazing to me.
Yes.
This shows the creativity of people.
Right.
You know, it could be good or bad, but creativity is still strong, and this is one of the most creative things. In, what is this, 7 years? He worked there for 7 years?
He spent 7 years detailing and thinking this out.
Wow.
And he got caught
Because the
In
bank.
March of 2015.
Just because he wasn't a little more patient and waited a longer distance to cash those checks, they caught on to him. All that training, all that smuggling for nothing.
It's one expensive bill.
Yeah.
And I imagine things are probably coded a little bit differently in there.
Oh man, coded.
I wonder if the employers
It's
have to get
ridiculous.
another
Like,
check.
but you would think that in a facility. I'm going to say a facility of that nature, they would have like an X-ray scanner or a particular metal, a particular scanner for someone who maybe is trying to steal nuggets of gold.
But the effort, just the effort alone in securing the nuggets of gold.
Right.
That's why probably no one was like, no one's ever going to try and do that.
No,
Right.
Who's that stupid? Nobody.
Getting away with
Well, a 35-year-old in Ottawa would disagree with you.
35. So he was doing this when he was 28.
Yes.
He said, you know what? I need money.
He's like,
I want to buy fries. I want to put mayonnaise on them. Eh? And I want to go watch the Canadians play some hockey.
That's your silly, stupid arrest of the week. Here's Be Smooth featuring Dubbo. Let me see it.
She's upset. She said she's upset. She said that she want it. I lay it out for her. I lay it down on her. She begging, she screaming, I'm pulling her hair. This girl see your wonders. Keep it 100. You love it. That is so tight, it took up my mind. I think I might cuff it. Shorty's a blessing. My girl is a blessing. I don't take for granted that loving, that she be sharing.
Actions speak louder than words. I'm tryna give you something that I can't explain words. Shorty, you done told me what you can do. Girl, what about what you can prove?
I like the way you move, and now it's time to show me what